Today I'll be discussing Qantas Airways' approach to corporate social responsibility and how its actions relate to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 13, climate action. On paper, Qantas portrays itself as a climate leader in aviation. In reality, however, its practices demonstrate a disconnect between what it says and what it does. It has a comprehensive sustainability framework where it communicates its key principles being valuing our planet, enabling our people, and connecting customers and communities. The airline also highlights its investments and developments in creating sustainable aviation fuel industry in Australia. Qantas uses this information as proof that it's reducing its environmental footprint. These commitments position Qantas in the public eye as being compliant with SDG 13, which advises urgent action is needed to combat climate change and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. In October 2024, a complaint was lodged by Climate Integrity Australia and the Environmental Defender's Office accusing Qantas of greenwashing in its marketing materials. The complaint focused on the Fly carbon neutral product, promoted the promotion of sustainable aviation fuels, and questioned the credibility and achievability of the company's net zero transition plan. The claim details where Qantas has misled customers into believing that by paying more their ticket would become carbon neutral. In reality, the science just doesn't back the claim. While the goals are aspiring, Qantas's actions don't demonstrate a genuine commitment. For example, the communication of SAF as a major climate solution, and yet its own investment in the industry equates to 0.2% of its total fuel use. The UN's 17 Sustainable Development Goals were created with the ultimate goal of making the world a better place by 2030. The goals are important because they encourage countries, communities, and individuals to collectively work towards fairness, safety for all, and a future that is healthy, including the health of our planet. By overstating its progress and relying on vague long-term goals, Qantas undermines the spirit of SDG 13. Climate action is not about distant promises, it's about creating achievable, measurable goals and reducing emissions now. When companies use carbon neutral language in the public, they create the dangerous illusion of affirmative action. Qantas's CSR framework is another example where corporations drown its employees, shareholders, and public in grand plans and commitments to create meaningful progress toward climate change, however, have little to no intention in fulfilling those commitments. For Qantas to genuinely and truly align with SDG 13, it must set more clear, achievable emission reduction targets, make real investments in low-carbon fuel options, and cease using misleading claims and information in its marketing material. Effective climate action isn't talking about it, it's doing it. Thank you.